Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Agents of Mayhem on the GeForce GTX 1060, 6GB for FPS monitoring. I'll be using CAM. If you want to download this software, there's a link down in the description. And if you enjoyed the content and want to support the channel directly, there's a link to the Patreon page down in the description as well. So, Agents of Mayhem, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 720p. To skip down those sections of the video, check the description below. So first I'll show you 1080p, trying to get 60 frames per second. Which will be possible, but there are still some drops below that target. At least I managed to get over 50 frames per second on demanding moments, which in my opinion is smooth enough. Explosions and other effects seem to be the reason for the drops. There are also a lot of reflections in play. After that I try a 30 frames per second configuration, which means that I'll just crank up the settings, trying to stay over the 30 frames per second. Also including those moments where a lot of effects show up. Then I'll do a 60 frames per second configuration-ish for 900p. And then for 1440p, I'll do a 30 frames per second configuration and a 60 FPS config as well. But at 4K, it was impossible to maintain constant 30 frames per second, even by lowering the settings pretty much to the minimum. Just show you my configuration trying to stay over 30, but sometimes it will drop below that. The FPS variation can be huge. You can be at 30 frames per second when fighting, or explosions or whatever. And after that, just go to 60 or over that target a couple seconds after, which will feel very inconsistent when you're just trying to aim. And on the overclocked Ryzen 3 processor, I was able to get more consistent frame rates when fighting many enemies at once, but I still couldn't get rid of random stutters. Also keep in mind that at 1440p and 4K, I play with the overclocked GTX 1060. More details down in the description. Some of the settings that you should lower to get the best performance are first sun shadows, keep them on normal, and God rays. Those options have nvidia features. Just lower them, it will be a very minor graphical difference, but a huge performance difference. Then the scene detail, by moving it from high to medium, it can have a good impact in performance, a positive impact. And it's not that different. You can see all the differences while changing settings in real time. That's one thing that I really like about the options menu here. Also the shadow quality, from high to medium, there's a small graphical difference, but when you play the game normally, you don't really notice much of a difference between high shadows and medium shadows, so I recommend keeping that on medium too. Then effects quality, if you have normal and high, you're not missing any of the effects, they are the same but at a lower resolution. It also has a good impact in performance. Then planar reflection have a big impact in performance, and general reflections as well can have a noticeable impact. Since they are all over the place, there are reflections on the floor pretty much all the time. When it's nighttime, there are many reflections. On top of rooftops, there are many reflections on floors. So yeah, this can affect performance quite a bit. Then we also have an HBAO option. This doesn't seem to do much to the performance. It depends on where you are and how much ambient occlusion is present. It doesn't usually make a huge performance difference, but screen space reflections, especially at night, can have a big impact in performance as well. I didn't enable any of the nvidia features like God rays and sun shadows, since those make a small graphical difference overall. If you are playing the game, you don't really pay attention to those small details, but they make a huge hit in performance. You cannot play at 60 frames per second constant maxed out, even using a GTX 1080 Ti, according to Steam forum posts. So this game just seems to be badly optimized. When driving or just moving fast through the city, you might find some drops in the frame rate and freezes on both the G4560 and the Ryzen 3 1200 overclocked to 3.9 GHz. I saw spikes to 100% CPU usage while driving, or random moments while fighting with many enemies, for example. That seems to be one of the reasons for the stuttering and freezing that can randomly occur. I also noticed sometimes a couple spikes in the hard drive usage while moving fast through the map, especially while driving to a very detailed area, but spikes in CPU usage were way more often. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video, thanks for watching and see you next time.
Engaging. Feel nothing. I have you.
More for our little party.
Stop the attackers from taking the outpost.
They always have more guys.
The outpost is under attack. I repeat, the outpost is under attack.
Woo! More for our little party.
You want to attack? Resume live! You're dead meat! Bring it on. Mayhem are reaching the outpost antenna.
Playing anymore.
Always room at this party for more.
Hey, Fortune, your luck just ran out.
Cue the action music.
Damn it! Stand still, damn it!
I feel no fear.
I'll put these guys in the dead book.
Get into cover! Get up to them quickly.
I feel nothing. Lay down and die.
Oh look, they brought friends.
Stop the attackers from taking the outpost. Fire the hole! Troops must defend the outpost.
Cue the action music.
The more, the merrier.
I just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
Defend the outpost at all costs.
Watch it! Time to drop this asshole!
That's this!
Another round? Sounds good to me.
Stop the attackers from taking the outpost.
I'm too slow!
Here's a little something for you.
I'll keep going anyway.
Ooh, things are getting interesting.
Let one loose.
to lay down some shit! Engaging. I feel nothing. Insignificant.
More for our little party. Let's make this fun.
Watch yourselves! Defend the outpost at all costs.
How did this happen?
I repeat, the outpost is under attack.
That looks bad. Woohoo!
Okay, I can do this.
At all costs. Watch yourselves!
Let's see how well you can
All troops
defend
must defend the outpost.
Move forward. Grenade out. Cue the action music. Here I come. Oh.
Outpost is under attack. I repeat, the outpost is under attack.
I got you in my sight. That is good.
I can do this.
Mayhem from reaching the outpost antenna.
And here I thought they'd given up.
Stay behind something!
All troops must defend the outpost.
Oh no.
All yours, Glory.
Cyclops sighted. Feel nothing. Straining.
And
This
cut.
is not a threat. Engaging. I feel
Let the real star handle these Legion. Yeah.
cannot fly.
Cue
Insignificant.
the action music.
nothing. Live ordnance.
More! More! Give me more!
I cannot fly. Foolish.
More for our little party.
Stop the attackers from taking the outpost.
There's a gift from Babylon!
Drinks are on me. And here I thought they'd given up.
All troops must defend the outpost.
Incoming threat!
Hurry up! Woohoo!
That seems excessive.
This is gonna get ugly.
Give me a shot at taking them down.
Hazardous material.